uppermost spot because there's only a 50% chance it's randomized, so we'll kind of see how these runners decide to split themselves.
Now, as you may remember, the wooden sword, as well as a lot of other screens on this game, are not randomized. Everything's exactly where you expect to see it. What is randomized is, for example, the amount of money you see in the money drops, the shop items, things like that are also randomized.
Jamie reminding us all that he's really good at this video game and ends up quickly screen scrolling to level 3, decides to take out one red... I believe those are red Gurias out there, so trying to catch a bomb drop before going in doesn't...
Yeah, that looks like a very dark palette. Yeah, it is a very dark palette. I thought that was a dark room when he went in, but no, just a very, very dark palette on level 3 today. Level 1, meanwhile, is a nice hue of orange. We're going to get to see that on the bottom 2 screens here.
Yep, both Greenleaf and Jam Evil are going to do the left side pirouette here by snapping one screen over, and we find Baby Boomerang to start this run off in level 3, and Rambler and Para decided level 1's a better choice, and they're going to be greeted by an opening heart container.
Absolutely, and not surprising this early to see the runners go ahead and pick up Lord Banana. If you see keys, Lord Banana will take out the keys, so it's not a bad pickup if it's one of the first items you find.
Right, Overworld Shuffle is on. There's a second heart container and a stairwell in level 1 right away, so level 1 looks like if that stairwell pays off, it's going to give up its 3 items immediately.
Well, there's another heart container right there on the floor. They're all heart containers. 3 heart containers in level 1 today, it looks like.
We find the healthiest of level 1s here.
That's the best way to put it, yes. All 3 hearts found in level 1, and that means that any runner starting at level 1 today will start with 6 hearts right out of the gate. That's not a bad thing to have.
Para and Rambler done with it. Greenleaf finds the compass and is still diving 3. Jam Evil's decided that level 1 is the play here, so he's gonna get rebuffed by that key door, it looks like, and he's gonna have to go in the other direction.
Yep, if one direction fails, and yeah, neither of the bomb runners picked up the Triforce either, so they have concluded, I believe, that they are locked out. That means we are going to have to come back here there to find the Triforce. Again, being shapes, the levels are completely different in how they look. We don't even know what the map looks like yet because we haven't even found that map.
Yeah, and gambling on keys this early on when you've only got one, not always the best play, certainly. It's something you can do, but not always recommended.
Yeah, sometimes you're going to get into a level that you have to dig for an item and you don't have that key and you have to go looking for a key. So sometimes you want it, if you know you've already got all the items and you're not going to find anything useful, it can help to hold on to those keys and use them somewhere else where you're looking for an item.
Rambler takes a bad dive trying to get up over the waterfall and give us a look at the white sword item, so we don't know what that is yet because he left his body up there. So.
Yeah, we unfortunately we do have a victim up near the White Sword Cave, but we'll get there eventually, and hopefully someone else doesn't trip over the body up there.
Yeah, Jam Evil's still in the same boat with everybody else, grabs the 3 heart containers from 1, decides it's time to go. Paranoia does not get the boomerang from 3, does not know the left side pirouette there, so he's going to head up to 6 and the Armos item. Jam Evil in the same boat, clipping around through the Forgotten Spot. Also going to be heading up to level 6 in the Armos.
Not a bad play. Now, of course, there is something that will probably not come into effect today because we don't have any shuffle leading to this area later on. If level 6 is cleared out early, the magical sword, which is in its regular location, 1 screen left of level 6, may not get picked up. It depends on whether the runners find the white sword, how comfortable they are with wooden sword strats. If they don't find it, things like that will affect individual runners. There are many who will, however, play the game with the wooden sword if they are not able to get the white sword.
Yeah, Mags becomes an interesting option as well, because you could always route that way to get up to level 9. It's a little bit longer, but if you're sitting on like 12 or 13 heart containers, we could kind of pull it off.
The Armos item today was the book, and it looks like at least its Paranoia does not wish to have an instruction manual on how to use magic.
Literacy is hard. Not really, but today literacy is hard for our runners.
NY Rambler, meanwhile, heading into level 6. I believe, and Jam Evil is already in the... Oh, no, that's level 2. I mixed it up. Level 6 is under Jam Evil, level 2 is under NY Rambler. I'll get those straight eventually.
Yeah, seems to be a slow developing seed so far. Gibdo's easy enough to fight, just they're time consuming at this point. So level 6 enemy spread looking interesting so far. Rambler finds red dark nuts in level 2, which is probably not what you want to see on Wood Sword unless you've been speedrunning this game a bunch or something.
Yeah, and I don't think Darkness, the regular game, even started till level 3, so this is unorthodox seeing him down here. But again, Randomizer, they can be in any level. We have a recorder in level 6, by the way.
Required to finish the run because we need access to level 7, sadly, and so... But the pipe is in hand, so that's one item down.
Now, it's funny that you mentioned the level 7 being under the recorder, which is true. As Jamie picks up his level 6 Triforce, that's out of the way for him. First Triforce picked up on the restream. Let's look at the items that are listed, because a lot of people might come in thinking, well, you know what, we see the Power Brace up there, we see the Magic Rod, we see things like that. Are these items all required? Well, one that's interesting in this leg set is the Power Bracelet is not required, because the Power Bracelet spots are all warp zones, so they basically take you to each other.
Yep, Jamable decides to gamble off the floor drop in level 6 here, ends up just grabbing the pipe, grabbing the triangle, and taking a hike. You know, a pretty solid strategy there, usually. 6 is, in my own opinion, probably the worst dungeon in the game, even more so than 7.
A small secret of 9 has been located by NY Rambler.
You know, oftentimes runners will stock up on the money from the northeast corner of the map here, because all the caves are vanilla located, so you can just rack up that cash and grab yourself a blue ring, which, you know, can sometimes make life a lot easier, honestly.
So I did see Greenleaf, in fact, did find the Triforce in level 3. I should note again that Jamie did find the level 6 Triforce. We need to mark that as well. I believe those are our only 2 Triforce pickups so far. Jamievel got the level 6 Triforce. Let's.
Yeah. Jamable has the 6 Triforce right now. Paranoia has the pipe. It's going to find this Gliok here, probably grab the key, and more likely than not either up A or dip back.
And Jamievel's finding the plethora of red darkness in level 2, and I'm sure is, again, not happy to see those with the sword, as you said. Oh, and takes a death to the blue one.
Yeah, just trying to grab the key and keep hiking, and the Darknut decided to cut him off at the pass, quite literally. Rambler grabbing a heart container here from one of the take any's, so pushing out to 7 heart containers, just trying to get healthy here.
The good news is this means that all 3 runners, except for Green Effect, of course, are able to pick up that White Sword item. We still have not gotten up to the White Sword item. We probably won't see it again, I think, until we get to the level 5 check. At that point, we may get to see what that is.
Yep. Rambler very quickly screen-scrolling here to get up to the waterfall again. This time on 7 heart containers. The blue Gurias will probably still be problematic, but we'll...
And NY Rambler making a liar out of me, so we'll see what is in here right now. And there's our red candle. That is a darkness room weapon. It will allow you to light the room, and it will also give you another repeatable use item to use as a weapon.
Plus now he doesn't care about shops as much because he doesn't need to go buy a blue candle, so he can save a little bit of money going forward. And the flamethrower is not the worst combat item in the game, especially if he goes into level 6, finds Gyptos, it's kind of nice there. So we'll see if that ends up working out.
Green Effect finding his recorder, so 3 runners now have that. NY Rambler, of course, still has to go to level 6 to get that later on. He obviously will at some point. And Green Effect I thought was going to leave, but he is going back into level 6. His Paranoia has found a ladder room in level 6, a ladder required room to cross, and had to kill the enemies to leave. So he's going to try to find another way around.
Yep, Jamevil is going to take his frustrations out on the Darknuts here. It's real frustrating fighting them with bubbles, though, because we don't have Wand yet. So this is not terribly fun. He's at least, he's at least really good at the game. Like, he's going to put on a clinic on how to do this.
For those who are not familiar with what the bubbles do, what they do is they actually take away your ability to use your sword for a moment. So your A button basically does not work, is a good way to put it. And after a few seconds pass, you are able to use the sword again. That is, of course, unless another bubble hits you. The good news is that we're doing first quest and not second quest. If we were doing second quest, there would also be red and blue bubbles. Red bubbles would take your sword away permanently, basically, until you touch a blue bubble or collect a Triforce or use a medicine.
Jamie Miller gets a floor drop heart container here out of 2. New York Rambler is going to be snagging yet another take any heart container here from the from Arsonist Row, so he's going to grab TGE with 2 triangles and 3 and 6, and is going to take his pipe to level 7 because he loves level 7, clearly.
Well, level 7, we usually like to call it 33 rooms of pure torture, but we don't even know what it looks like today, so he's starting somewhere near the middle of the map, so it's 30-some rooms of pure something?
I'd assume pure torture. It's level 7.
Yeah, that's true.
Immediately gets knowledge, though, that there is no beef block in this seed, so he's gonna be very happy with that little bit of knowledge there, so at least something's gonna pay off.
He's also aware the princess is in another castle, which is actually a useful hint.
Well, we know where the princess is, level 9.
Exactly.
TGE on his third try gets the one bomb manhandle like a boss there, and Jam Eviler taking on more blue Wizard or blue Dark Nuts here in level 2. Well, Rambler is neck deep in level 3 here right now, and in the room to get his baby boom.
It's Paranoia collecting the level 6 Triforce, so 3 of our runners now have that collected. Greenleaf Effect is, as you know, working on level 7. Comes to one of the, I believe that's an Aquamenace room, clearing some mummies and darkness out of there. There's also some traps hampering the entrance. Oh, and there's another Triforce for Jam Evil. That's the level 2 Triforce.
Yeah, so making good time. He's got the floor drop item from 2 as a heart container. I'm not quite sure. Yeah, he's pretty well done with this at the moment. I didn't see if he got the other drop or not from there, but he's got 8 hearts, so I think it might have been a double heart container.
It may have been. I didn't see... I only remember seeing a heart container there myself, so it might have been a double.
I definitely saw him pick up 1, so...
And jackpot! 36.
I mean, gathering this money is going to be completely unnecessary unless he wants a blue ring at this point, probably, or arrows, because he's likely to go grab that red candle.
Well, yeah, he is heading in that direction right now, so you are absolutely correct. He doesn't know yet that he will probably not need to buy a blue candle today, but he will as soon as he gets up to the White Sword Cave.
What is that, level 7? That is a heinous ink blot.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen in chat, name that ink blot. I
got nothing.
Some kind of microscope, maybe? I don't know.
I literally got nothing.
I'm seeing what kind of ideas chat has here, because like I said, microscope's the best idea I have. It's not even that. We do see a suggestion that could be a sideways lion key. It's Yoshi with his tongue out, a face with a long straight ponytail. I don't know.
I got nothing here. Jam Evil moving to level 5 here. Gonna skip on getting the White Sword item just yet. Greenleaf Effect is gonna lock down this lockdown the one enemy there.
We have a Gleeok sighting.
It's only got 2 heads. It's fine, right? It's fine.
Yep, this is fine. Oh, maybe not.
Alright, it has ceased to be okay here. Fighting Gleeox is definitely one of those skills that if you play the Randomizer a lot, it's a good one to learn, certainly, but it does take a little bit of time there.
Sunlight Ramber will try again to access the bowels of level 3 and explore further as he opens the one locked door and makes his way through and goes through the hodgepodge of enemies here. Meanwhile, Jamie will in NSU room killing some lovely Lionels that are down here today.
Yeah, Jam Evil also just got mugged. It's a required mugger to get into level 5. 1 bomb or 4 keys tonight.
Well, I think we know what he's going to go with right now.
He did spend off a bomb there. He didn't have much of a choice in the matter, and he's dipping deeper at this point. Paranoia bought the blue candle, and he's going to diverge from everybody. He's going to go pick on level 8 here in the possible 3 item.
Oh, and NY Rambo taking another death. I didn't see what that was 2 in level 3, but he did take another death there. And we do have an exploration of Asylum 8 right now. It's Paranoia putting that red... looks like he has the blue candle in his inventory, not the red one. The blue candle's in his inventory. He is putting that to use right now to get into level 8 and seeing what is in there. We know there are 3 items inside level 8, one of the only 2 dungeons to have that particular distinction. And there's our magic key, our any key, in level 7, the Greenleaf Effect being the first to pick that up. That means that his locked doors will no longer be an issue, hence the A, meaning all keys.
Also, key thieves are also now no longer an issue because, you know, for some reason, you could just, like, wave it at them or something. I don't know.
Here, this is my pass. You may enter!
Well, Greenleaf does find the compass in level 7. However, that is another ladder block room there. It's a double river room, so you can't get through that right this second. So he's gonna clear out this room and go check the last 3 rooms, see maybe if he can grab a floor drop ladder. Or otherwise, his adventures in level 7 are getting pretty close to done.
Yeah, at some point, I think think he is just looking for the Triforce at this point, if I'm not mistaken. Did we see a heart container in level 7 that I missed?
Nope. Greenleaf Effect has gotten the got the any key out of there, but that's it.
Yeah, I think that was the only item we've seen so far. So he does want to find that other item if he can before he takes the Triforce. We do have the ladder block here. We still have no ladder. The ladder could be here in level 7 if he can find another place to go that doesn't require the ladder. We have Uncle Wizzy in level 5. All over that block room.
All over the place, yeah. So it looks like TG was done with level 7 there. Couldn't get any further because of the 2 ladder blocked up rooms there. Paranoia going deeper into level 8. Jam Evil adding on the number 5 Triforce here. So he's on 3 triangles right now and making some good time here at 1530 in.
And that was just south of that Wizard room he tried to enter too. So he clearly does not want to go back to 10 with those Wizard robes at all. I think there are still items up for large in level 5, so he may have to go back there later if we're still looking for something.
Yep, that's kind of how it goes sometimes. So Rambler picks up the triangle from level 3, so he's got his first Triforce of the night. Paranoia ends up taking a dive in level 8 here. I did not see what to.
And the Greenleaf Effect buying the mugger and saying, "Here!" Does he just unlock the old man and walk through? Is that how it works?
I think he unlocked the old man and just said, you know what, on second thought, I'm just going to reset now. So Greenleaf's about to get healthy. With the Eddie key, he might also give us a deeper look at this level and pick out the triangle from it as well. It's a distinct possibility at this point in time, so he might be our first runner to one dive level 1.
Yeah, to get the Triforce at least. All the runners have picked up all the hearts except for Greenleaf Effect, who's now on that process of doing that. And he has not found a lot of hearts overall. Looking over Jam Evil, he already has 9 hearts in his collection. I don't think he's been to level 6, so he won't be making any makes play, I don't think. But it shows that Greenleaf Effect has not been finding a lot of health where he's been going. It doesn't seem to be affecting him too badly, except for he took a death now. Because he does have 2 Triforce, so it's not affecting him too badly not having that health. He is still playing very well, it looks like.
Yeah, no, making good time, certainly. You know, he's good. Again, he's going to get probably be the first runner to pull the triangle out of level 1 here, but just, yeah, he's sort of taking a different path out of it. So yeah, Paranoia just found that, and Jam Evil right behind picking up the triangle at 8. So Jam Evil on 4 with 3 items. There's a chance he decides to redive this, but there's a lot of key blocks in here. Paranoia on 6 keys, however. Jam's on 4. So I can see both of our runners deciding to, double back in here.
And I'm sure Greenleaf Effect's going to be happy to go there whenever he feels like it, because, he doesn't need keys. But in the meantime, we do have NY Rambler still exploring level 3. He is not finished his exploration yet. I don't know if he actually picked up Lord Banana or not at this point.
I mean, he's got Lord Red Candle right now, so I think he's feeling alright at the moment.
Yeah, I think he is too. So Greenleaf Effect, I think, has found all the hearts and is now having breakfast here in level 1. All the likes, and he was just liked by the like. Do you like that?
That's a lot of liking.
Yeah.
I don't like this. I don't like...
You mean you don't like this?
Right.
And we have a manhandling in an NSU room. That is not a pretty sight.
Yep, and a quick triangle behind for a very, very small level 1 here, 14 rooms, and
Oh, look, we have a compass. We don't need that. Oh, shoot.
Yeah, kind of stuck in there for the moment. That's alright, though.
Thank goodness for red candles.
Yeah, it's a consistent range 2 weapon. It's fine.
Yeah, this is perfectly fine, unless the Gibdo decides to walk along the wall like that. Oh, we get a map. Ladies and gentlemen, name that ink blot.
That's a seahorse. That one's easy.
Yeah, I said the exact same thing to myself. That is a seahorse.
An actual not terrible ink blot.
I have seen some really neat ones, to be honest with you.
I mean, it is the best part of shapes, honestly.
It is.
I mean, other than getting horrendously lost. But hey.
I mean, when you can identify a Chozo statue in a Legend of Zelda level design, that is pretty good.
Jam Evil gonna go at this 2-headed Gleeok here to get access to the Root of the Right, potentially. Catching a couple of hits here.
And it looks like it's Paranoia not picking up. I believe that was a set of bombs that were there. He is fairly healthy on bombs, so I think he's going to try to use a couple on some wall tests and may go back and pick them up afterwards, is what I'm guessing.
Possibly. So we got Jamie will go in deeper to the right here in level 8. Paranoia kind of in that lower middle section there. Greenleaf Effect going to pop open level 5. And Rambler is still diving level 3 at this point in time.
Oh, Greenleaf Effect saying, oh, another mugger. I don't mind if I do.
Yeah, we knew he was going to pay that one off real quick, and without a question, just pays it off.
Yeah, he quickly paid it off and then paid for it.
Got caught stealing in that NSU room with the Wizrobes in it, and gets picked off and sent back to start, where he's going to try a different direction and find a completely useless like dead end.
Yeah, we don't want to go there again.
Nope, never again. That place is terrifying.
Well, at least we know where Zelda's room is today. Unfortunately, Zelda's not home. She's in level 9 somewhere. And what kind of room should be in, we don't know yet. So we do find an item here, and this is in level 8. We have the silver arrows. The silver arrows are 100% required to beat the game. You need them to shoot the pig, which means we also need a bow, which we haven't found yet.
Yeah, and once we do find a bow, though, I mean, Jamie will be very happy. Silver arrows do magic sword damage to every enemy in the game except for a couple. Dark Nuts and Wizrobes, well, the important ones. But, also giving, the ability to one-shot Pulse Voices, which we all love. And, generally speaking, work your way through problems for just 1 rupee at a time.
In fact, the regular arrows also are good for dealing with Pulse Voices, but runners simply don't like to have to go looking for those arrows. There have been some sneaky situations where you have to have the regular arrows to get the silver arrows. For example, to shoot a Goma. That's pretty much the main one. And I have seen that, and I have laughed when it's happened, but it is something runners obviously don't bank on. They will try to avoid buying the arrows if they can. They're always going to try to get the silver arrows instead.
Yeah, there's some potentially awful outcomes with that, like Silvers in 9 leading out to, Silvers in 9, but Goma required to pick up a Triforce along the way or something, and, if you're really trying to pass up buying arrows, or sometimes it'll bite you. So Para continuing to dive level 8 here, which is, as we know, is going to be great for him once if he continues along in here for quite some time. As we know, our silver arrows are awaiting us here shortly thereafter. Rambler's up on the mountain, gonna get the Armos item, which we.
I think that wasn't vanilla. I think 50 is what it usually is for large, but we did get a 100 rupee large jackpot today.
Yep, completely not randomized.
Oh wait, 50 is the minimum. Yeah, it is not randomized at all. Chat, let them have it.
Jamie will find a very useless compass here, and is going to be playing Find the Bomb Hole in this room, finds no bomb hole.
Everyone's favorite game show, Find That Bomb Hole! Of course, sometimes there just isn't one.
Yep, sometimes you just lose.
Yeah, sometimes it's just a whammy.
That's level 9 in shapes usually, is real nasty on that front, but we shall see soon enough. Rambler in level 6 here. Same enemy spread as 8, it looks like. It looks like we've got the that mess. He also picked up the white sword, it looks like. I missed where that was, but he definitely has a silver saber in his hand right now.
I missed the white sword too. I didn't see it, but you are correct. NY Rambler did find the white sword. I'm guessing it was in level 6 somewhere, because he did. He is in level 6 right now, but I could be mistaken. Maybe it was somewhere else.
I mean, he did plunge through level 3 completely. There was a chance that it was the last item in level 3 as well.
Could have been.
Yeah, Para finds the bolts. Chat is confirming that the white sword is the floor drop at the very back of level 3, the very last item all the way at the end, so extremely unlikely that that Greenleaf will be seeing that at this point in time.
Well, there is a possibility that runners could still be finding that if they're looking for an item and they decide to try digging level 3. But other than that, if they find everything else they need, they're not going to be worried about that.
Pyra gets picked off by Digdogger. Rambler had enough money to buy a bomb upgrade, so he's got one bomb upgrade to his name and finds the pipe.
So there are still several very interesting items that we have not found yet. We're still looking for the bow. We're still looking for a raft. We are still looking for a step ladder. And even though it's not mandatory, it is sometimes considered a white sword replacement. We could still be looking for the magic rod as a possible option as well as the red ring. As we also get a play of Name That Tune there. So a lot of items that our runners could still be looking for here that have not yet been found.
Yeah, absolutely. Paranoia is done with level 8 at this point in time. Is going to hitch over to level 2 here.
And there's a Triforce room with a key in level 8. Green Leaf Effect does not yet have that Triforce in level 8. I remember the room it was in. It appeared in the upper left corner when it appeared. I don't remember which room it was in, though. Gem Evil's had enough of level 5, apparently, or at least her level 8, rather, is going back to the start, and is actually going to take another route in, take another dive.
Yeah, likely to go down and left this time around. So going to go through that Triforce room. Green Leaf Effect is stepping out, stepping back in.
So it's interesting to note that we have 3 different levels on our screen right now. Level 2 on its Paranoia, there is a ladder block room there. We still don't have the ladder. Name that ink blot, ladies and gentlemen. It finds a bomb hole, though. We have level 6 for NY Rambler. Again, name that ink blot. And level 8 on the top 2 screen.
If you can name that ink blot, I'd be very surprised.
Which one?
Level 8, because no one has the map.
Oh, yeah, I'm not saying name that ink blot.
Paranoia finds the triangle in 2 here, being held up by a Gibdo in this room. He's going to try and fight his way out of this right now and keep diving for the last 4 rooms in the lower right corner here. I mean, if it gets too hot and heavy, he can always just snag the Triforce and run.
We keep seeing hints that the ladder could be needed. Now, interestingly, this one's in level 6. We know the Triforce in 6 can be accessed. But what I'm interested in is whether there's something on the other side of that gap that is not the Triforce. So that could still come into play. The ladder could still be required here.
I'm pretty sure level 7 has showed us that the ladder is most likely required at this point in time, with the double river room stopping progress into the second half of that dungeon.
That is true. So yes, the ladder most likely will be required, as it usually most likely is. Very rare you find to see that it's not required. And Green Effect is fighting bunnies, which, again, not having the bow yet, or in his case, he also doesn't have the silver arrow yet. They do take a lot of hits with the wood sword. You may notice that there's also no knockback on the Pole's voice, so when you hit them, they still keep coming at you. You have to literally run away from them as you stab them to make sure they don't run you over.
Yeah, good stutter stepping technique, very important when you're fighting Pole's voice. It is definitely the difference between living and getting absolutely murdered.
And we have beat strats for Jam Evil, who is down to 1 heart. So he's in another one of those ladder required rooms in level 3. Of course, whether we need to get to the other side, we don't know yet. But odds are likely we don't need to, because both items and the Triforce have been found. So that ladder block will not play a role in that level.
Gonna have Pole's voice stuck in the door, so he is
Nice.
in good shape to finish that off there.
And a room of keys, that's easy enough for him to handle. It's Paranoia finding one of the diagonal block rooms. I hate going around those rooms without block clip.
I just hate those rooms in general, because especially if you do combat in them, they are very awkward at best and really painful at work.
Have you tried casting Magic Missile at the Darkness? Have you?
I'm a white mage, so no, I don't know that spell, I'm sorry.
Okay. And there's our level 3 Triforce for Jam Evil. Now, he is our 3rd runner to find it. He's not picking it up yet, though, you notice. He is going to keep exploring. So he may, if he decides to keep digging this as much as he is right now, he may, if he keeps digging to the end, he may find that white sword.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty far away, and it is straight to the south, basically. But he can certainly grab it at this point in time. Looks like his game plan is to just take on the shorter dungeons right now, because they're shorter, and level 3 is fairly short, honestly.
And he's now saying, oh shoot. And mummies, kill it with fire!
The other item in level 2 is the croissant. So there's our power bracelet.
Yep.
On the floor in level 2 because this is sufficiently.
Yep, the unrequired part of your breakfast today. We will not be needing that, but it is good if in this case, if it's Paranoia wants to take a quick trip across Hyrule without having to use the flute, just go to right from start and go to whichever warp staircase you want to go to.
Yeah, especially with Paranoia still having level 5 on the table, it's a decent way to get up to level 9 as well if you're kind of, hiking around in that direction. So, options about.
It's a good shortcut to Magical Sword if runners were to want to pick that up as well. I believe that's 2 screens left of where one of the staircases comes out. But again, these runners probably won't need that, just where the staircase ends up.
Yeah, Jam Evil picks up the map, sees that there's that long tail on this particular dungeon. He is going to have to go down the entire tail to get the white sword at this point.
I'm just glad it's not the bow down there. That'd be a painful thing to find down there.
You mean like what happens in Not Shapes level 6?
Exactly, like, with the Goma guarding it.
Can we not talk about that? This is just gonna scar me at this point in time.
Moving on to another subject of a more pleasant discussion. All runners are in different levels at this point, level 8, level 3, level 2, level 6, respectively, on the various screens here, and all runners are searching for a lot of items. The bow, the ladder, both still at large. The raft is needed in order to get to level 4, so level 4 isn't even on the table yet. And who knows if we're going to find the magic rod or the red ring, where those could be.
Yeah, the big game breakers that speed up the run, we haven't really found them yet. I mean, White Sword does help an immense amount, honestly, but, again, way deep in level 3 for our run.
It's Paranoia apparently trying to travel towards Kasuto at this point, as the old man says. Meanwhile, Jam Evil now splitting the buyers into, keys, red keys, and going to kill those to progress. And finds that there are bombs there, so at least he doesn't have to kill that room again.
Rambler's at the West Side Fairy Fountain here, so likely to be making a dip into level 7, because, level 7 is good to you always. A lot of runners have said that in just the way that this tournament has gone, that level 7 is always the play 100% of the time, no matter what, and I'm starting to believe them, and that's really scary.
Level 7 is turning out to be important to, I don't want to say to a lot of races, but I have seen in some of the ones I've witnessed that it has indeed been an important level to go into. So I certainly can understand the play to level 7, any runner that does choose to do that. It is obviously you have to get the Triforce anyway, but it is turning out to be a good level to play to go looking for items, because there is sometimes something in there in these races I'm finding.
So Sanctified Silver Arrows for Greenleaf in the upper half of level 8 here, and he is going to keep on diving. Jam Evil picks up the triangle from level 3 with his Silver Sabers. He's got the White Sword as well, and so he'll never go back to this place.
At least not till the next race.
There's always the next race, isn't there?
Yep.
There are 2 races tomorrow, aren't there?
Yes, there are. And we'll talk more about that later, but there are indeed 2 races coming up to finish off week 4. And then we're going to get into week 5, and we're going to bring it up to the maximum intensity with all the mix of random enemies, randomized dungeon locations among the dungeon locations. There's still a vanilla location starting next week, but they're randomized in terms of which one they're in.
Alright, so Jam Evil picks up the other big secret. So he's on maximum arrows, or he's on maximum, rupees, but arrows if he finds the bow. And he's going to decide upon level 7.
The Greenleaf effect with a timely clock from the final enemy in the room.
Standard as all get out.
Yep. And, looking at Jam Evil, he has 10 keys, so does NY Rambler, so I don't think either of them is worried about keys right now, but I'm sure they would still like to get the Emmy key just for that peace of mind.
Yeah, the tough thing is that they are definitely going to... They both got, the map is pretty early on, or Rambler's got the map, and of course it's going to get... the good news is that their 10 keys are going to become, an infinite key ring, but on the flip side of the coin, you're going to find those double ladder blocks soon.
And they're also going to find this really horrible weird ink blot that we can't identify.
Now level 7's a helicopter. I don't know, guys. I'm not sure, everybody out there.
Oh, that old man quote.
The oldest of man. Level 8, second half required. Yay, raft.
Oh, look at that.
Greenleaf effect is paid off for his persistence here. Enjoy the sea life, everybody. There's your access to level 4.
And I'm going to say right now the bow's probably in level 4 after that search for the raft. But I wonder where the stepladder is.
I mean, if it's here in level 8, Greenleaf effect is going to feel like a genius.
Oh yeah, no kidding.
Gonna have to spend 2 more bombs to finish this dungeon, though.
And there you just had another playing of the whistle tune. So there you got to hear it in full without us talking. Name that tune. So it looks like NY Rambler and Jamie have both converged on level 7. They are both exploring this rather linear pathway here. They're currently over in the... Well, they're 2 rooms apart right now. They're actually right about to enter the same room from different directions, it looks like, except Jamie was hanging out with Dark Nuts right now. And now they're both in the same room.
Jamie has already gotten his any key. NY Rambler missed the push block room that had it, so he might have to go back. Greenleaf effect's fighting his way through this room right now. And Paranoia is taking a dive at level 5.
NY Rambler just discovered the ladder block and is realizing that that area is off limits.
That's real tough.
And he's being cornered by a Dark Nut and assaulted.
Yeah, Jam Evil's gonna find the second ladder block here in level 7, it looks like, so...
Interestingly, NY Rambler has had enough of level 7 at this point. He knows there's a ladder block there. He doesn't see any point to go back to the start of that, so he's gone back to the beginning of the overworld. Is going to go and do something else, it looks like. We have It's Paranoia, meanwhile, in level 5. We don't have any items marked for that. I believe we just saw Harktear there so far, if I remember correctly.
Yep, level 5's been sort of blank at this point in time, but there's also this ladder block here to this locked door that we cannot get through.
Exactly. And that Lamo was being a little bit difficult there, or the Moldorm, I guess it is, was being a little difficult there, so uses the bomb to finish it off.
Uncle Wizard's coat closet in full effect here in level 5 for Paranoia, so he's gonna up an A, and he's got to make a decision of whether he wants to stay here or not.
That is a bad enemy combination. Lionels and Wizrobes.
Yeah, if you want to die horrendously, that's a pretty fast way to do it.
That's your instant death access right there.
So Paranoia is going to decide to head on back to level 3. Rambler's over here on this side of the map right now, which might be a level 2 play. Might be a level 8 play.
I don't think he's been level 8 yet, so yeah, this is a level 8 play. He's definitely heading there. While you see the staircase, he might be checking the coast item right now. I don't think if anyone has done this yet. So We're going to get our first look here in that case, and we're going to get to see if something nasty like the bow is over here on the coast. We're going to get a quick look right now, and it is a piece of scrap metal, so the coast is not relevant today.
That's how it goes sometimes.
I'm sure that NY Rambler is very happy to see that piece of scrap metal there. He will not be back to the coast at any point soon, I don't think.
Nope, Paranoia picks up the baby boomerang here from 3, however, useful to have on hand. Jam Evil finds that dead-end room in 5 and does the same thing all of our runners have done so far when they find that room, which is probably, maybe not curse, but at least feel a little bad.
And NY Rambler getting nailed by a banana, and is now going to bomb open the cave and collect some money. And he's at max rupees.
Greenleaf Effect Triangle 2. This level 5 is awful.
Yeah, this is not a fun level 5. This is, I think, going to slow down some runners here today. This enemy combination is just nasty to deal with. Even with the white sword, this is a nasty enemy combination to deal with. If you can't get around a room like this NSU room very nicely because you don't have the ladder, you can't just step across the water. You have to fight these creatures face to face.
And even if you could step across the water, that's Wizrobes and Lynels who basically deny any ability to cross that river.
Pretty much, they're just floating on the water right now.
I mean, on the flip side of the coin, of course, sometimes they get stuck on the river like this, and then you can just stab the blue Wizrobes over and over again.
Yeah, there's something satisfying about that.
I mean, anytime I can kill a blue Wizrobe, I am a satisfied runner. Let's be real.
Yes. This is a mixed up hodgepodge of enemies. I mean, wow, Jamie will getting lucky with the heart pickups here. Finds 2 right there as he gets down to deep strats.
And gets a bomb drop too on top of everything else, because that's how this works out, right?
There's another bomb drop right there, yeah. So he's getting all of the hearts, all the bombs from that room as he clears it out.
So TG is going to give us our first look at level 4 here, and goes immediately to the right out of the opening, and oh my god, look at that vanilla ladder sitting on the floor. French vanilla ladder.
Wow. Well, not exactly, because it normally it's supposed to be in the stairwell, but it is in level 4. Chat.
TG's level 4 play looks real good here. So deep level 8 for the raft. Level 4 has a step ladder.
Yeah. It's a bit of a chain reaction here, guys.
TG is feeling pretty good right now. It is bow for go for him at this point, so we'll see where that pops up.
Bow for go. It sounds like a nice thing to me, being able to go into go mode with the way to kill Ganon.
Yeah, I mean, anytime I've got the silvers outside of 9, I'm a happy runner, so that's kind of how that ends up working out.
Exactly. Jamie, we're going back through this awful NSU room.
Paranoia, just trying to clear out level 3.
Jamie was stuck in the like for a moment, so that actually helped him because the Wizrobe was floating over his shield.
It would have been his corpse.
It would have been his corpse, but he was being shielded by a like. Because it liked him.
Rambler bombing his way through level 8 here with 12 keys.
Oh, we have another NSU room in Asylum form, and more likes. And we hear a boss enemy of some sort on Jamie Evil's side.
I did not see what it was. It was a Chevy room, so it might have been a Gleok's butt right there.
It might have been. I didn't see what it was either. And welcome to Ladder Block of Awfulness.
Yeah, the only person who can traverse those is Greenleaf Effect at this point in time. He's going to find the push block in level 4, and we're going to find out that level 4 is not oh my,
that is
level
the bow!
4 out. Pays in spades. He's already got the triangle from 4. He's done. He's in go mode. He's out of level 4. Don't look back.
You had to go to level 8 to get the raft to get everything you need to finish this seed in level 4.
With a quick detour to level 6 to grab your pipe.
Yep.
Rambler neck deep in level 8 here. He's going to get his raft, so he's actually in pretty good shape here, too.
So yeah, we did not clarify that about 44 minutes, Greenleaf Effect is in go mode. At this point, while it would be nice to get things like the rod, because he doesn't have the white sword yet, or the white sword, which he will probably not get now, or the red ring, which, well, just needs a little more money, he can buy a blue one. He's otherwise good to go.
Yeah, and it might be advisable because he is on half a dozen heart containers right now. He is basically packing dead minimum health. Paranoia picks up the white sword here from level 3, is going to run back for the try. So he's going to grab his 4th Triforce of the run. Rambler is pretty deep in level 8 here. Jam Evil is looking at this room full of blue Wizrobes and his one bomb and just, like, hating life, I guess.
Yeah, pretty much. And these blue Wizrobes, they chase you into the door. You just saw one doing that to Jam Evil. There it is again. So they can get in that door and they will see Link and they will throw magic inside the door, which is just nasty. I mean, that's not playing fair at all.
They are blue Wizrobes. They do one thing and one thing only. They cheat.
Yes. And Jam Evil decides to reset the room.
Yep. Greenleaf is hunting around here in level 7 at this point in time. Gonna try and get rid of this blue Wizrobe to make further, or this blue Darton to make further progress.
Oh. And now they're all kind of... Well, he's dead.
Yeah, got caught out of the room there just for a moment and got picked off.
Yeah.
Paranoia has his... Go ahead.
Sorry, they were all hanging around the door and they were not letting him pass. So they were literally the equivalent of Gandalf in this level.
Nice. They did swarm him pretty good there, honestly.
They did.
Yep. Paranoia's got the Silver Saber and is done with his level 3 adventure here. Greenleaf Effect is gonna get the compass and get the news that the Triforce is just south of there, so you do need the ladder for the Triforce in 7, so ladder very strictly required out of level 4 as well.
I'm just looking at the key situations. Two of our runners, again, do have the magic key. Both of our top runners, hence the A on their key counts. And while Rambo is sitting on a nice, healthy 11 keys, didn't go through the room where the any key was in level 7, or didn't push the block, in whatever the case may be. It's Paranoia on a not as healthy 5 keys. Meanwhile, we have a Greenleaf Effect just looking for that level 5 Triforce. We know that level is awful, but that's all he needs to go to level 9. So he's heading there right now, I would warrant. And, yep, he's over at level 2, so he's taking the path up from there at level 5. Jam Evil still needing 1, 4, and 7. And while Rambo having 2 Triforces, it's Paranoia on 4.
Jam Evil's in the right place, though. He is in level 8 at this point in time, knowing he left behind a pair of items.
And boy, we need one of those.
I mean, silver arrows are nice, I guess. Raft is also real nice, because that is what he's looking for right now.
Silver arrows are definitely required, but he definitely will need that raft, too.
Yeah, I mean, he does already have the silver arrows as well here. So, yeah, Greenleaf Effect climbing up to the top of the mountain here. Gonna purchase some bombs because, you know, you don't want to go into a dungeon without bombs if you can help yourself. And he's gonna quickly wrap around to level 5.
And Greenleaf having no problem with the mugger in that room. Going to go back into level 5. He did visit here earlier and didn't stay. Now it's pretty much all he has left in go mode.
Yep, Jam Evil rage slashes the air there when he sees the Chevy room. We know he can still traverse the rest of this dungeon. We know that there is an accessible path to get by on the south side there, so he should be able to pick that up pretty quickly with a bomb.
I want to note what Greenleaf was doing there. He was actually leaving the room with some enemies left in the room. What he was trying to do was to reset the room and see which the priority enemies were. He wanted to get the most dangerous enemies, which in this case usually are things like Wizrobes and Lionels off the map. Bubbles will always stay in the room. So the 3 enemies that did return were a couple of the Koreas and one of the Lionels. That was good enough for him to travel through. He didn't have any trouble getting through that room that way.
I mean, he is on half a heart right now. He's this is not a very safe dive into level 5 as he bites the dust.
And he got sniped, yeah.
Jam Evil hot on the trail at this point in time.
By the way, I don't think we ever named the level 8 ink bot, did we?
No, this is a good one though. It's a nice 2-parter.
You can see the level 7 and the level 8 ink bot right there. Just to explain, since you see them side by side, well, corner to corner in this case, or actually side by side on the bottom, and why Rambo has it too. You can see that the level 7 and level 8 ink blot do share the same map. So the rooms that are not lit up on 7 are the ones that are lit up on 8. 1 to 6 also share a map in the game coding, and level 9 is its own map.
Yeah, it was amazing when I saw that for the first time, and it was just like, I think you like pick up the level 7-8 thing as you go along, but then seeing like the rest of the memory map is really interesting for kind of how Zelda's programmed.
Yeah, I've actually seen the map set up like that. It actually is really interesting to look at it that way.
Yep, Paranoia is one bomb and one locked door away from getting some very bad news, which is the ladder is required here for level 7. Greenleaf dipping in another time here.
And Jamie will picking up a useless key since he already has the any key. Hello,
mean,
Dig Dogger. Sorry, go ahead.
Some quick stabs there. He's making good work of this.
Boomerang is useful for fighting Dig Dogger, so one strategy is to blow the whistle and then have the boomerang already in place as it splits up. That way you can just kill the eyes and you don't have to worry about it.
Alright, well, Greenleaf has the triangle from level 5, so he's done. He and his 6 heart containers, no ring, no sword.
This is going to be an adventure, in other words. So we have some things to look for in level 9. If we can, we'll change the audio over. I haven't checked to see if we have it or not. But what Greenleaf, in fact, will be looking for in level 9 will be the sound of a squealing slab of bacon. When we hear that squeal, that means that he is to the north, south, east, or west to wherever TGE is at that exact moment. If we are able to get another room adjoining where Ganon is, we will know exactly where Ganon is. The other thing he's looking for, as we see with bomb holes needed to enter level 9, the other thing he is looking for is a push block, or not a push block, a doorway that does not open when the room is cleared out or any blocks in the room are pushed. That doorway leads to Zelda. That doorway will open when Ganon is killed, and only when Ganon is killed, and then even if there are enemies in the room, you can go in that doorway and finish the game.
Level 9 is notorious for being the great equalizer, of course. Sometimes it's 7 rooms long, sometimes it's over 40 rooms of just sheer problems and shutter doors, so we'll see how this plays out tonight.
40 rooms or more. And I've seen a color palette like this on some very, very horrible level 9s, so this may not be over yet.
Yeah, well, the excitement's going on up there at this point in time, so Rambler's got the compass at this point in time, so gonna up A and go ahead and grab the triangle out of level 8, most likely here.
Keeping an eye on our Triforce counts, we are still looking, that would be his 6th Triforce. The other 2 have not changed. We still have 4 for his Paranoia, 2 for NY Rambler.
This seed really starting to gum up the works for Paranoia here.
Oh, and we do have audio for Greenleaf, so our audio is on him now. We don't know if he heard Ganon anywhere, but we're going to try and catch up with where he is, and hopefully we will catch it.
With 4 bombs, he's going to chase up a bomb hole here to the right. Ends up being a good bomb.
What if Ganon was one of us? I like that is in level 9. Oh, look, it's Ganon's room. Ganon's not home.
Well, seat's over, everybody. It was nice joining you tonight, Cyclone.
Yep, have a nice night, everyone. Oh, Patrick's here, though.
Alright, so, of course, Jam Evil and Rambler are, kind of doing their thing. Rambler's resetting before going back into level 8 here. Jam Evil is... looks like going to, unsure where he's headed at this point.
Jam Evil?
Oh, he's doing the scroll to get to level 4.
Yeah, he's going level 4. It was either level 4 or level 7 at this point, but he does also need level 1, so he is in the general area for all 3 of those. Oh, shoot.
Shoot rooms in level 9 are awful.
Yeah. At least this one didn't lock behind him, so he can leave and go somewhere else. Or go back in and try and kill the room and see if there's an item in there. Of course, the Dark Nut decides to hang out on the other side of the room.
Dark Nut, please.
There's the
Jam
ladder for Jam Evil.
There's the welcome mat.
Yeah, there's the Gibdo for Jam Evil, and there's nothing in there.
That shutter door did not open for Greenleaf Effect. He does know where the rescue target is at this point in time.
That is indeed where the rescue target is located. And here's what's interesting. Because that's a shoot room, you cannot access that door. You have to find another way in. That is awful.
Nature of the thing. There has to be a way to get there, in the logic, of course.
Yeah, there has to be another way there. We know that's not it.
Jam Evil seeing this room here in level 4 for the first time. The Uncle Wizard's coat closet. Not terribly happy about that. Knows he doesn't need it, though. He has the floor drop item and the compass, so he knows he's just looking for a stairwell room, and when he finds that stairwell room, he'll be incredibly happy.
Not sure if happy is the word I would use.
I mean, at least one step closer to escaping this mess of a seed.
Yes, yes.
You know, and any seed that you can finish is a good seed, right? That's how this works.
Exactly. As we are getting close to the 1 hour point here, we're a few minutes away from that. Just remind you, this is one of our week 4 qualifiers. We have 8 races each week. This is race number 6 in the 8 races for our week 4 settings. We have shapes, we have regular enemies, we have levels in their original spots, but again, it is shapes, so the levels are completely shuffled in terms of what rooms are where. And I am Cyclone, joined by Demarine. We do have 4 runners out of a group of many who are running in this race. We are going to be following the race results for all of our runners. We will report once we have a finisher on our stream as to what the race results are in general for this week's qualifier.
We do have one finisher at this point.
That's a little bit of a spoiler, but we'll talk about that later. Those insects seem a little off-center around the Patra.
This is just a mess. Fighting just going to ignore the Patra and just keep moving at this point in time. Still searching for for our final boss here. Still searching for Ganon. Find some speed worms. That's unpleasant.
Yeah, and he gets sniped by him. And I didn't know that Jam Evil was in Springfield.
With Red Ring nowhere to be found, Jam Evil picking up a bit of a safety here. However, he gambled off level 4, left the one item in there. That's he's gonna feel real bad about that one later.
Yeah, he's gonna feel real bad. Sometimes these shapes seeds can be a mess, and if you leave one area unchecked, it can really hamper your progress. Even in a regular seed where the dungeons are normal looking, you can still hamper your progress.
Yeah, TGE finds a heart container here in level 9 and goes ahead and says, you know what, I have 6 hearts. Now I have 7.
I'm sure he's more than happy to find health at this point, without question. And there is the raft for It's Paranoia, the aforementioned welcome mat. Minimum
rage stabs, though, so, I guess kind of feels like it was deserved that he got kind of shut out of that. Rambler gets the other major welcome mat there, the ladder from 4.
Yep, that was the major, you should have done this earlier, Matt. So Greenleaf Effect is through a staircase, is finding a locked door.
And is one room away. It is south of this stairwell.
It looks like it could, well, or is it to the east?
Potentially to the east. It did come through the stairwell, so it could still be east as well.
Yes. Doesn't need the key, gonna leave it on the floor. And that might be it. So, ladies and gentlemen, here's Zelda. Because, of course, he's trying to rescue Ganon. So 15 stabs with the wooden sword, because that is what he has, and that is what he's going to use. And very nicely timed health.
Right on time there. Loses any chance of continuing the stun lock there, though, but in exchange, is not dead.
Yes, that's a very key exchange. Ooh, I thought he had it for a second. I think we're up to about 7 hits. Ooh, wow.
Yeah, got clipped there. Again, 4 hearts gone now, so this is not a good sign.
Zelda is getting those hugs in today, and we need to keep this stun lock, otherwise he's in trouble. Come on, gets it! And we have Jelly.
Zelda really attempting to pile drive him through the ground here, and just edges through. He's gonna up A, because he knows which way he's going at this point, I believe.
Jam Evil being told don't go to the next room, so naturally he goes to the next room and fights some Dark Knights. That'd be interesting if you ever get a clue, don't go to the next room, and it just dies. As a Greenleaf effect, gets the Ganon saved in level 9 and is our first on-screen runner to finish. Now, let's see where he finished in terms of the overall race today. He finished today in 3rd place with an official SRL time of 1 hour, 1 minute, and 3 seconds. We do have 2 finishers who have managed a sub-hour on this seed. We have Sci-Town in 2nd place with a 58.36, and Cantaloupe Me is the winner today of this race with a 1st place time of 52 minutes and 56 seconds. Get your GGs in chat, as I believe at this point we can also now congratulate Fred Coughlin, F. Coughlin, the creator himself, with a time of 101.41 in 4th place.
And of course, it does sound like we are joined by the Greenleaf effect, so congratulations on your 3rd place finish this evening. That was a beautiful, beautiful run.
Someone needs to remind me that doing Ganon on 7 hearts green tunic is not the preferred way to do it.
Oh, what, pray tell, is the preferred way to do it?
16 hearts red ring magical sword. I'm still shaking, by the way.
So that's what Nintendo wanted you to do. Interesting.
Yeah. Oh, boy.
100% really isn't a category here, though, sadly, so you don't really get that option a lot of the time.
No. The only hearts I got were the 3 in level 1. Were any other exist in this seed?
Well, Jam Evil found his way to 9 hearts very quickly. Its Paranoia is sitting on 10. So yeah, other hearts do exist.
Yeah, Rambler even grabbed 2 take any's for 8 at this point.
I went to the 1 take any, and as you saw, grabbed the potion, which was kind of needed.
Possibly slightly necessary, yes.
His Paranoia only coming up to the raft right now, so he's actually at 4 Triforces, NY Rambler now sitting on 3, Jam Evil sitting on 7. He's picking up the scrap metal just because he wants to do a world warp here.
Also, can we first talk about that raft in 8? Holy crap, what a spot!
Yeah, you went there early. Everybody else bailed on level 8 once they basically either got the Triforce or they got the Silver Arrow from there. They were just like, yeah, this is, we're done with this place. And you ended up diving it out. I mean, it paid off double so when level 4 had the entirety of the business for you.
It was a genius play in the end. It was one of those chain reaction type things.
Well, here's my rationale behind that, is as you mentioned, a lot of people bailed out. I normally don't do 3 to 6, I normally do 3 to 1 to 6, but for some reason, I'm going to go 3-6 Armos item and go from there. Diving into 6, immediately getting the recorder, I'm like, okay, I'm going to double back now to 7, recorder to 3, double back to 7, and gamble on digging 7 early because I know either A, no one's going to dig 6 early and find the recorder, or B, if they do, no one's going to go to 7 and try and dig it. So I'm going to go ahead and dig it. Thankfully, or not so thankfully, 7 was ladder blocked from the Triforce. So you did go in, you had to kill that kind of disgusting room with the Gyvdos and the blue Dark Nuts, and you were rewarded with the Any key, which that was gigantic getting early.
Yeah, speaking of items received, though, at this point in time, Rambler is in go mode right now, does have the bow at this point in time. Paranoia has also just snagged the bow from 4, so he has achieved go mode at this point as well. Jam Evil's hanging out in level 2 right now. Gonna find a croissant.
Yeah, he has not acquired the bow from level 4. He is not in go mode. even though he has 7 Triforces.
Yeah, he gambled away level 4, which, as things start getting thin, it's an interesting call, certainly, and, when you're really pressing, you go for it, and he went for it.
Yeah, well, the other big thing about pressing in Go mode, or pressing in general, is I mentioned that early recorder. Early recorder, I like to gamble a lot as it is, but an early recorder is going to make me gamble even more because I can recorder back to dungeon. So you saw in that 6, I got the recorder, up A to get out, not having to deal with that room, immediately found the Triforce and said, I'll come back if I need to. So I'm much more willing to gamble on certain dungeons, things like 6 or 2 with that enemy set if I have the recorder. I really probably shouldn't have stuck around and dug 8 as long as I did, but considering once I saw that map and once I saw where it was, I'm like, I'm already committed to this. And most people are probably going to think, okay, hey, here's the silver arrows, here's the Triforce, let's get out of Dodge. There are many better places to go and dig. And I just I got rewarded in that sense where the Wrath was there.
We have a development to report here. Jameville did some warp whistling around the world, has decided to go back into this horrible, horrible level 5 and dig it. So he is still not going to be coming upon his bow anytime soon.
Yeah, can I say I've never been so happy to A, have a Triforce be super early in a dungeon, and B, see blue and red Lionels as the primary enemy in a room.
Yeah,
Level 5! Level 5, Wizrobes and Lionels were the enemies. And I'm like, no, that's the worst. No, thank you.
Yeah, this enemy mix was, this level 5 enemy mix was special.
Yeah, traversing that NSU room without a ladder, that's special.
Yeah, we were noting that. We made definite note of that. That was not an easy room to clear.
Yep, one way in, you're probably gonna die.
Yeah, one way in, Zelda's room the other way. Oh, by the way, how about a couple of Mugger rooms made infinitely easier by said early any key?
Well, one runner did end up giving up a bomb because he didn't get the any key right away, and one of our runners, NY Ramper, still does not have the any key. But he's rocking an awesome 14 keys, man.
14 keys. I mean, he basically has the any key.
He pretty much has the any key. It just hasn't formed.
I don't even know if it's possible. Like using 14 keys in a seed just doesn't seem like a thing that happens terribly often.
Well, a quick little anecdote. I can remember when shapes were first being beta tested. The key drops were a little heavy. On my old computer, because this is a new one, I had a screenshot of 45 keys that were collected throughout the seed.
That would be heavy.
Yeah. And the any key was buried in 9, like the only time.
Alright, well, Paranoid Triangle from 4 here, so 5th Triforce on the table. Rambler is dipping into level 5 now as well, because I think he just wants to get this out of the way forever.
Jamie getting zapped by some more magic or a sword beam, whatever that was that he took in the gut there, and he's back at start level 5. He's gonna try it again.
He also found the wand on his way, so he does have the magic wand at this point in time.
Oh, I didn't even catch that. So that was in level 5.
The Wizrobes are guarding it. Wizrobes are guarding it with their lives, clearly. We do have a couple of finishers at this point as well, by the bias. People are just filtering in here. Saver was in 5th at 103.36. Dr. Blue was in 6th, 104.41. Amazing Toaster, 108.05, 7th place finisher. And Dig Shake just getting snapped off there at 8th place, 108 and 26 seconds. Some good times for a very slow developing seed for sure.
Yep, Dig Shake having just finished. So we found the red ring. It's in level 5.
I mean, I'm not saying that that wouldn't have been nice, because it would have been, but...
Yes. That would have been very nice for you.
But look at what you had to get through to get it.
Like, I can see why that level was torture. You had to earn your protection today.
Yeah, Rambler picks up the Triforce from level 5, and he's not going to get the... he is absolutely not going to see the red ring this seed, because he's done with this place.
Yeah, he's not going to go back in. Guaranteed.
Paranoid dashing through 5.
When I saw the bow and ladder in 4, I'm just like, yes! I don't have to go back to that hellhole of 5 except for the Triforce! And I'm like, wait, I know where it is. Crap!
Everything is great! Everything is amazing! Everything is terrible.
This is great, this is not fine. And then 2 rooms in, okay, we're fine again.
This is fine. This is not fine. This is fine now.
Everything is not on fire, we promise.
as everything is on fire. Anyway, back to the runners. We have Jam Evil now over in level 4, finishing that off, it looks like. Well, I think he's actually... Oh, he's finally digging for that bow. That's what he still needs there. He's finally going to get the bow out of here.
Yep,
when he
it's the
gets
last...
to it, and he will...
It is the last place he's...
Yeah, he's literally last location, the bow. So this will be a... I expect some rage when he finds the bow, where it appears. Whereas its Paranoia still needs... Now 2 Triforces, having just picked up level 7 Triforce, needs 1 and 5. NY Rambo needs 1 and 7. He's in 7 right now.
So
yeah, not
I feel obligated to answer a question that Chad has been putting up to me because this is kind of me.
Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Jam Evil at 1 hour, 10 minutes, and 44 seconds. All business is now in go mode.
Absolutely. So it's being brought up to me in chat that the first item found in this seed was in fact my lovely little wooden boomerang. So
it was.
I hope you all appreciated my levels of banana foo because I put that thing to use and then some.
It's not very often we get to see the banana put to such extravagant use so early in a race.
Yeah, no, I saw that, and of course, I'm not streaming with Cam. I have a little Kirby emote up there, but the smile on my face when the first item that I come across is Lord Banana, like it was one of those like Joker levels of smile.
You had me a Kirby emote. I like that. Go ahead. What were you saying?
It ended up being a very positive thing for you.
It really was, and I'm looking at the stuff on screen. White Sword was in 3. I'm disappointed I didn't find that.
It was buried in the tail in 3. It would have been a slog to get that.
Fair enough.
Yeah,
to be fair, I mean I was at 3 hearts most of the darn race anyway.
Yeah, you're deciding to skip level 1 for a little bit of time there made things real interesting for you.
I'm looking at my notes, like literally, like the notes I have here: HC, LB in 3, bow and ladder in 4, flute in 6, any key in 7, silver raft in 8, red candle is the white sword item, Armos item was the book. Like that's what I have for notes. Like I didn't. The level of low percent was real.
I don't have to review what we have on our screen. Thank you for doing that. Book is the Armos item. No one wanted a guide on how to use the magic rod today.
Hey, Jay, I used the book last week, okay? I didn't need to use it this week. Of course, I'm always happy when I can come across a fire source because I am very reluctant to go into shops and try and find it. Like, I was lucky when I went up to 5 and there happened to be the bomb shop right there, so I had bombs and I had the right amount of bombs to go into 9 there, but I'm very reluctant to go into shops in this set of flags. So when I can get a fire source, whether it be red candle, whether that be book and wand, I'm very happy because it allows me to not have to worry about that. As you plainly saw with me going into 9 with 6 hearts, I don't like going out of my way to pick up things that, while helpful, aren't needed per se.
To take a quick moment to catch up a couple finishers here. We have Putz 12 and Mr. Dunlow both finishing the top 10 here. 1:11:10, 1:11:13 respectively, 3 seconds apart. Putz being in 9th, Mr. Dunlow in 10th. Chester coming behind them with a 1:12:57, just to catch up our finishers.
Paranoia is wrapped up level 5 here and is gonna flute back towards level 1 territory here. Gonna go to 4-1. Jam Evil's opened the door to level 9 here, so he is gonna start hunting.
And he will probably eventually come upon that shoot room. I don't think it took long to get to that shoot room. What was your reaction, by the way, Greenleaf, to having to clear out a shoot room and finding out that you couldn't use that door to get to the girl, or in your case, Ganon?
Well, the reaction to me was I came into 9 without bombs because I had to use my last bomb to get into 9. So clearing that shoot room using the silver arrows and then realizing that the Zelda was on the other side, that basically told me I'm either magic staircasing or I can bomb up to the right of there at start. So actually, it was a relief to see that because now I'm like, okay, I know where I have to go.
And that turned out to be a good hint for you then, because it looks like you found a quick path there right from the start when you went back after finishing Ganon. So that worked out really well for you.
The hard part, like that was an easy to get to Zelda. The hard part was finding Ganon. Once I died to that Patra, It was one of those things like, okay, looking at the map, it's like, okay, I was gonna take that first staircase, found a heart container. So I took the one I did, and they happened to bomb down looking for Ganon, ran into the staircase, took it, and it just happened to take me again. So again, it was another one of those situations where I just happened the way my 9 routed out without having bombs, or without having a lot of bombs, actually made my 9 luckier. I can't say I routed it well. I can just say I routed it lucky.
NY Rambler is now in 9. I saw Jamie go through the shoot room. Did he clear the shoot room?
He didn't have to because he cleared the room on the other side of it.
Oh, he didn't have to clear the shoot room. He already knows the girl was there. Okay, right. Very nice.
Exactly.
So he's good. He's good to go then for Zelda information. I thought I saw him just go through without clearing. I thought maybe he didn't get the hint there, but he got it a different way. Good to know.
Yeah, he's just speeding his way along now through these rooms here. He's gonna find that little bit of a block out here. So.
Looks like Jam Evil is using literacy today. I just saw fire from the wand on his screen.
Literacy.
So, NY Rambler, I don't think he's been in the direction of Zelda's room yet. He's taking a staircase right now, and he's finding a heart container. Which we know it's a heart container, because there's nothing we need in level 9 except heart containers.
Which he's going to happily grab, so he'll go up to 9 hearts here. Paranoia just a room away from getting to 8 Triforce mode here, being able to pop open the door to level 9.
I don't remember. I think Ganon's location was the top right of the level, if I remember correctly. About top row, second from the right, I believe. So
yeah, it was a bit of a hike.
Yeah, Jam Evil and NY Rambler are both near each other. They're both far away from there. They're going to have to find another route to get there, because I don't think that one leads them there.
Yeah, well, either way, I'm going to let you guys get back to finishing up calling this, because you had a couple people in 9 here and our third on stream going into 9. I got a bunch of other stuff like work in the morning, so you guys have a wonderful rest of your evening.
Understandable. Understandable. Thank you for running it for us, and thank you for... or I should say, rather, congratulations to you on your 3rd place finish tonight once again.
Thank you. Have a good one.
Good luck in the future, and see you later. And that was Greenleaf Effect, our 3rd place finisher tonight. We are going to continue to follow Jam Evil, NY Rambler, who are both in level 9 right now. NY Rambler finding Ganon not home, and in his regular room. It's Paranoia just coming up level 9 right now. Everyone is now on our restream in level 9.
This should be very exciting, even with the little bit of an edge that Jam Evil has at this point in time. Rambler's not far behind at this point in time, although Jam Evil is the only one with knowledge of where his rescue target is at this point, so...
This Paranoia may come upon that soon if he tries to clear out the shoot room when he sees the shutter. He did not bomb north from the... Well, actually, no. Is this where you can bomb north? I think this is the room you can bomb north. He is not bombing north, though. He's going a different direction.
Looking for a Gibdo drop.
And while Rambler finding some bombs, you notice he went to use some bombs before picking that set of bombs up. He knows that the bombs will give him 4, and if he has anything less than that away from the maximum, he can use those bombs and know he's going to get them right back. So heads up play to make sure you leave with maximum bombs. Jam Evil, here's Bacon. Jam Evil will now see Bacon. Ladies and gentlemen, here's Ganon.
Big thing though is with his blue ring and 1.5 hearts. If he doesn't hold this Sunlock, he could die instantly. But
Sunlock.
That was beautiful.
That was instant Sunlock. That was textbook, absolutely textbook. And he knows exactly where to go. I think we're gonna have another finish very, very shortly.
Well, you know, if you want a clinic on how to make some bacon there, I mean, just watch that fight. Just dashes up, first strike, turns around. Quick lock in the lower right corner. Easy game.
And there's the doorway. Jam Evil is going to rescue his girl right here. And we're going to get his time. He has an official SRL time. He's in 14th place with a 1:19.28. Other finishers before him, we had Karakarn, and we had Dr. J PhD also finishing the race just before him.
Yep. Jam Evil's a fantastic runner, but, little snake bitten by that bow in 4. Kind of, again,
Yep.
slow start, skipped 8. So made a couple plays that everybody made. Gambling the bow in 4 is maybe a tough call, but, it is definitely a call at that point.
Yeah, he may just thought that the way the seed was laid out so far, perhaps the items weren't doubled up there, and unfortunately, that was a case where the items were doubled up. So I'm sure we're going to get to hear about that as Jam Evil will most likely be joining us here.
Yeah, I do like his play in the level 5, honestly. I did think it was a sharp play. It just, we also in the booth know when it's not going to pay out, and that's kind of the sad part of Randomizer.
That is definitely true. That's most definitely correct.
So Rambler figuring out that he's on the wrong side of level 9 at this point in time to find anything. He's going to up an A and try and find some greener pastures. Paranoia is also running up the spine here as well.
So both runners now clearing out gel in their various rooms. NY Rambler is now in the room to the left of the girls' room. He has the compass. He knows where it is. Doesn't need to clear it out, so he knows that door will not open. Obviously is not going to want to fight this Patra. And is Paranoia is not going to want to fight this Patra. But may have no choice. And that Patra is going to kill him without medicine, so he's going to use the medicine. Please wait.
Alright, back to full fighting shape.
So it's so nice of Patra to stop attacking while you refill your health. Oh, and now the Troll Fairy, of course.
I mean, took a couple of hits from the Patra after drinking the potion, so...
Yeah, it works out. It works out.
So Rambler found the compass along the way, so has the radar open at this point for where the rescue target is. Paranoia very likely to touch the top left corner here, so finds the top left corner, is going to find that there's no bomb hole here.
Old man asking for papers. And NY Rambler is going to fight this Patra himself now.
Not the most fun room to fight Patra in, for sure.
No. And it's locked in the spinning formation, so now it's a case of a game of chase that bug!
He succeeds in it eventually.
Yeah, heavy damage though. He's down to 1.5 hearts. So that was a costly fight. And I remember coming on another Patra room right now. So Patra's all over this level 9 today.
As usual, level 9 at least having something awful.
Yeah, that's routine. NY Rambler is leaving level 9.
He is going to grab a fresh drink.
Yep, potion shop is right next door. Why not? Coke price is slightly better than the Pepsi price today, so picks up the red one. and is now down to 0 rupees. So he will need to pick up another rupee at least to shoot the pig later.
Yeah, you know, that's how it works. You only need one, thankfully, but still.
Yep.
Also means you don't have access to using it through the dungeon either, which can be a little bit frustrating at point.
That can be extremely frustrating.
Paranoia is on the trail at this point in time here in the right side limb of this dungeon here. Gonna try and dash through these landmos, because he doesn't want to get too much damage.
And he does get through. Both stay alive, though, so they will return if you were to after you go that room later. And guess what? It's another Patra. Guess what? We have a potion. So nice of him to wait.
Loading, loading, loading.
Complete.
But better to spend it than to die, so...
Yep. And this Paranoia having to chase the bugs. NY Rambler is on the other side of the level from him. And he is also using a potion right now.
Couple of finishers at this point in time pushing through as well, so we do have a 15th place finisher in Rian 7 at 122.34. Oh, and a 16th place finisher in Noshibato at 123.37. Paranoia is in the right quadrant of the map at this point in time, just getting a little bit, just looping around here.
Oh, we have a Leok hanging out in level 9 today, too, it looks like.
Level 9, fairly bad. Not atrocious, but fairly bad.
Yeah, fairly bad. I mean, we don't have the Wizrobe Lino combination anywhere that I've seen. By the way, on the rupee count, NY Rambler has picked up a rupee, so as long as he does not use that arrow beforehand, he is good to kill Ganon.
Yep. Our 17th place finisher tonight, Tetrally, at 1 hour, 26 minutes, and 23 seconds.
And GG to him. We hear Leok here, that's not Bacon, but Bacon is close. In fact, if he goes left, I think he's going to come close to it. 2 rooms away.
Yep.
One more. Block door. That's where it is.
Yep, straight left. It's going to go up first probably because it's closer, but hey, that's fine too. Oh, it was up from here, sorry.
It was up, yeah, It was up. Because he was around that area to the left already, so he knows it wasn't that room. So his Paranoia is now on the Ganon fight, and this will be our third on-screen runner to take on Ganon today. And going for the Stunlock, I think he has it. He does need 8 hits with the white sword. This should be it. Ooh,
Saves
almost
the last
got thrown off, but got it.
Yeah, it takes a quick step back to save the fight, so very clean there for the Ganon kill. He knows where to go. He's hitting up an A.
Yeah, he knows where to go. He's out of there. He's going back to the beginning. He's just going to go straight to the girl. And there it is. He has a, we have his Paranoia finishing, and his official SRL time, 1:28:38. Get your GGs in chat for him. We are still following NY Rambler, who is also coming close to finishing. He is now in the correct area to find Ganon straight up. And he's going to be able to do the exact same thing now. Kill the pig and go straight to the girl.
Paranoia, one of the newer runners in the Zelda 1 community, so, again, making some strides, which is always nice to see. I think this seed might have been a little bit frustrating, but, overall a good run.
Yeah, it's always nice to have new runners in the community as well. I've seen a number of new runners who have come into these, even during these qualifiers, who have come in and put up some fantastic times. So it's always nice to have new runners and some new blood to get to compete with the seasoned runners and keep trying to find out who's the best. Speaking of, it's Paranoia is with us right now. GG.
Hey.
What were your thoughts on that one?
Just talk about level 5 for a minute.
Yes, sure. We'll be happy to do that.
Oh, I'm like, I'm making a mad dash through level 5. Like, okay, let's just get through this room. I don't fight these. And the next thing I see is a ladder block and like 5 whiz ropes. I'm like, okay.
And as a quick note, of course, Rambler has found fine sausage product at the back of level 9, has taken out Ganon, and has quick dash to the end.
And with that note, he will be finishing in just a moment here. So I just want, since he's going to finish very quickly, let's just cover his time officially here, and then he can join us as well if he wishes to. He is now in the girls' room, like Aquamanus room, I think, by the looks of it. And he is now finished with an official time of 1:30:25. Get your GGs in for him. So what was your, how did you like that fine process of item acquisition today?
I didn't. I dove one, like, first thing, and, like, here's 3 heart containers. And I was just like, you know what? I have every item out of here. This is filled with garbage combat. I'll just get the Triforce on my way to 9.
Oh, no kidding. And by the way, I don't think we actually confirmed yet the recorder song was Gangplank Galleon from Donkey Kong Country. Just wanted to sit down officially. Obviously, we saw it 4 times there now. And I do believe, yes, NY Rambler is with us. GG.
Hey, GG's.
So, what were your thoughts on that fantastic process that we had to go through tonight?
I'm most proud of, for the first time ever, I pulled off Banana Key.
Nice.
It was in one of the rooms where there was a bunch of wall masters in the bottom, but I was able to set it up right. And I was trying to screen scroll also for the first time. I was doing it in practice before the race, but it didn't work out that well. Trying to get to 5, but overall, this seed was that 8. Yeah, let's.
Yeah, you had to go to 8 to get everything you needed in 4, and it was one of those chain reaction type things.
And I mismarked.
Never like to see those.
I found every room in 8. I couldn't find the floor item. I don't know if I accidentally grabbed it. Well, it turned out I didn't need it because I found all the key items anyway. I didn't have to do much excavating of the dungeons, so that was good. I found all the key items right away, which is important. The Raft of Silver is an 8. I found the bow in 4 right after that. The ladder was sitting there in 4 also. 8 and 4 had everything.
We know she didn't pick up the any key in level 7 either. That didn't affect you. You had about 14
I had 15. I paid the key toll in
oh yeah, then 5.
I paid the key toll in 5 because I went in there. I saw 5. I was like, no, I'm not going to pay that. I came back. I had 15 keys. I paid the 4 key toll. I had it, and I still finished like 5 keys in 9.
Yeah, that was a very key friendly seed. That's the best way to put that. They were not hiding very well today.
Yeah, there were lots of keys everywhere, which was good because one, I didn't find any key, which. I mean, it was at 7. I didn't find either item in 7. I did not find much items at all. I only found the only heart containers I found in dungeons were the 3 and 1. I didn't find any item in 2 because I was already in go mode when I went back into 2 with the ladder. I didn't find either item in 5. I found just the recorder in 6. I found just 2 important items in 8. I found 1 heart container in 9, so that counts as well.
You can chime in here too, Paranoia, if you have anything you want to add to those.
Oh, I think I think I dug an item out too, and it was a heart container because, of course, it was. I did enjoy going into 4, just seeing the raft right on the floor, and me exquisitely pathing around the Triforce room.
Of our on-screen runners, I think Jam Evil was our only runner who didn't actually find the bow right away in level 4. He actually left level 4 and went back later, which cost him a fair amount of time digging level 5 for what we found out later was the red ring and the magic rod. No one else found those.
You know what? I'm okay with not finding either of those because that would have meant more time in 5.
Yeah. I would have liked to have red ring in this seed. Like I spend most of my time eventually getting blue ring because I was dying way too often in the early game. Blue ring helped out a bunch, but even then, like I would have loved to have red ring in that 9 because there's a lot of blue dark nuts and patches that I did not want to deal with.
Yeah, that was not pleasant.
Like, 3 potions and 9, even with blue ring. I mean, I only had 9 hearts, but you know.
Yeah, but you
At
both
least
stuck it
Zelda
out really well.
Yeah, I mean, this was average for the most part. I mean, the patches in 9 were kind of rude, but the enemy sets, I mean, the Wizrobes weren't too bad. The Blue Darknuts weren't too bad. It was just the patches in 9 were the fact that 8 was just horrendous. Was the main reason. I mean, what, no one had a sub hour, only like 2 runners had sub hour, right?
That's correct. Only 2 runners.
Yeah, so I mean, even though I have an hour and a half, I'm still getting like 0.4 or 0.3 in score, which I'm not upset about. It's like close to my average.
Yeah, that was a very difficult seed. It looks like we were seeing that when Greenleaf came upon the combination. We saw what the items were in 4. We thought, yeah, we're going to be here for a while. That was not a friendly seed in terms of its item composition today.
Yeah, and the raft was like really deep in 8 as well. Like the raft was in one end of 8, and the silvers were in the other end. You had to go to both ends. Yeah, that 8, I'm gonna have nightmares about that. Especially when I find a map, because I knew what it was going to look like because I saw the map of 7. So I knew 8 was going to be horrendous. Also, did anyone find the floor item in 6?
Let me check that because I was just trying to bring up the schedule right now.
I'm pretty sure it's a heart container.
Okay,
I think it was a heart container because we do have a recorder that was the staircase item here.
Yeah, I found a recorder and I cleared most of 6, and I just never found a floor item. I just bailed. I was in 6 pretty early. I mean, I didn't want to die a ton without a ring at that point. But the fact that you go into 1 and you find 3 heart containers in the first 5 rooms, and you find a bunch of blue Wizrobe, and you're like, all right, we'll come back.
Yeah, that's a sign you want to come back later.
Yeah, I just dug the items out of 1 and, like, what? You know what? I can get the Triforce piece on my way to 9. We do not have to be in here.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I did, because 1 was the last Triforce piece I got as well.
Well, any last thoughts either of you want to add?
Not really.
Understandable. Well, we'll go ahead and we'll just say congratulations again for finishing this seed, because that was a bit of a nasty seed. So congratulations for finishing, and obviously we wish you good luck in future races and in your further efforts to, let's say, qualify highly in this tournament. Looking forward to seeing what you both have coming up for the rest of this tournament.
Thank you for having us, and good night.
Yeah, thanks for all the hard work you guys do.
And with that said, make sure to follow all of our runners, and we'll get their links in chat in a second here. But I also want to talk about the schedule coming up tomorrow here. I want to note that we are going to be having 2 races, as we noted earlier in this during the race. We're going to have 2 races tomorrow, one of which is on Randomania. That is at 3 o'clock Eastern Time. The other is back here on Speed Gaming at 11 o'clock Eastern Time. So that will finish off week 4, and then we're going to upgrade everything after that, starting Sunday, to the full complement of everything that we were throwing at you in this tournament, with shapes, upgraded enemies, shuffled enemies, dungeons in different locations from the original location, but still in the vanilla location. So everything that we are doing, making it as hard as possible, and we're going to be going with that for the rest of the tournament, it looks like. So we are going to be starting that in a couple days, but for right now, we got 2 more races with just the shapes format, and everything else otherwise vanilla, except for shuffled enemies. So with that said, any last thoughts for you, Demery, before we start wrapping up here?
It's always a blast just watching everybody just break for different spots, even though everybody knows where all the dungeons are and where all the caves are, and everybody is just all over the place all the time. It's always real exciting to see that. You know, you'd think that these flags might play to be a little bit more linear, but that hasn't been the case like for the entirety of this tournament, and it's real exciting.
Indeed, you're absolutely correct. So it's going to be very interesting to see what we get with week 5 as well. We had the preview race earlier this week. I actually unfortunately missed that one, but we did have the preview race earlier this week, and it's going to be interesting to see how everyone reacts now that we're going to be on our permanent flag set for the rest of the tournament at that point. And again, no one's eliminated this phase. Everyone is going to qualify, I believe, for the brackets, and that's when we're going to start having a lot of races coming on, 1-versus-1 races, and a lot of Zelda to watch. So stay tuned in these coming weeks. You're going to see a lot of Zelda on these channels, and on Randomania as well. So make sure, in addition to following Speed Gaming and Speed Gaming 2 through 6, that you also follow Randomania and Randomania 2 through 4 to keep up on this tournament. In terms of our speed gaming schedule, we also have a Metroid Prime event coming on in about 19 minutes here on the live side. If you're watching on YouTube, what will follow on this playlist will be another of these races, and you can find that race elsewhere on YouTube, but on our YouTube channel. But coming up live, it is currently slated for Speed Gaming 2, may go straight to this channel because it is not far away. I will try and get a confirmation of that before we go off air. Tomorrow we have Metroid Zero Mission at noon Eastern Time, as well as Hollow Knight Any Percent Tournament. That's another new tournament that's beginning. We also have our Mario Maker 2 weekly. Just coincidentally, I'll be around for that tomorrow as well. So that's going to be happening at 2 o'clock on the main Speed Gaming channel tomorrow. We also have some new Super Mario Brothers. We have some Cars, the race, like based on the movie, Cars racing game. Pokemon Red and Blue. More Metroid Prime. Link to the Past Randomizer crowd control race later in the evening. So lots of stuff to come back to tomorrow. Make sure you come check all of that out. We'd love to have you here for all that tomorrow. Until then, I think we're pretty much good to go from here. So, Demarine, thank you again for joining me on commentary. I want to also remind everyone to follow our tracker. And I also want to get their link in chat here, if we don't already. 1 second. There it is. So our tracker was Imasock today. So thank you, Imasock, for your hard work in tracking this race. And I'll get the runner links again for everyone who's... And there they are. So make sure you follow those wonderful people. They will be surely happy to have you visiting them anytime. For those watching on YouTube, again, the channels are twitch.tv/whatever name you see. The exception, a couple exceptions here, is that Jam Evil is under Jam Eviler, or yeah, with an ER on the end, and It's Paranoia is under Much Paranoia. And those are the names for them on Twitch. So you make sure you go to those channels if you want to follow those two runners. Other than that, we're all set here. Demarine, for Demarine, I'm Cyclone. I want to wish everyone a wonderful night. Demarine, you get the final word. Good night, everybody.
Good night.